we were talking about Bentancur a second ago, how it's 12 months on since his injury. Often with these injuries, it takes a while to get back to. James Maddison obviously had that injury back in November. Came back. It wasn't a massively long time out, but it's taken a while to capture the form. If anything, he hasn't quite got to that level. Obviously, missed out on the English squad. What kind of mindset has he been in since you started working with him again since pre-season? Where do you see his game?
Yeah, look, like even though it wasn't a significant injury in terms of time out, it still was significant in that, for Madders, it set him back a fair bit. And then he never, sort of, even when he came back, he had a couple of other smaller disruptions. And I think when he came back into the team, we were kind of also struggling because, which kind of doesn't help him in terms of the kind of player he is, As you said, he had a disappointment with the Euros, obviously, but he's working hard at pre-season. The good thing is he's fit and he's laid himself a good opportunity now, foundation, to have another strong season. The disappointments of, say, missing Euros, well, that's part of being a footballer. We take all the good stuff, but you have setbacks. It's how you react to those, and I'm sure he'll want to sort of go out there and get himself back into the international frame, but get back playing for England. But again, that's up to him to kind of find the right way to use that as a motivation. If you just sort of deflect or at any point kind of say, had nothing to do with me, then you miss an opportunity, I think, to kind of improve. And I've sensed in Matt as he's come back, he's really determined to have a big season, and hopefully that gets him back into the England frame. But more importantly for us, hopefully it gets him back to the form we know he can have.
Hi,
Good, bud.
Just wanted to ask you about Dominic Solanke. How much of a role did you have in the signing of him, and was there a particular game or performance last season that you thought this is the guy for me?
Look, my role in all the signings is pretty small. I just make the decision, mate. So I'm the one that says yes or no. So they're here because I want them here, and Dom certainly fits that boat. And no, there wasn't one performance. I mean, I thought he did well against us, and he gave us some problems, and gave us some real problems that a lot of strikers in the league maybe didn't give us problems in that. His mobility and his movement was, I thought, really impressive. There's no secret we love to press, and he's got a great work ethic, and he scores goals. He's a presence, and he scores different types of goals. I think the way we play suits us, and I really like where he was in his career. Like I said, I'm a big one on kind of understanding a person and the person's motivation, and he obviously was an outstanding young player. Got to some big clubs, but never worked out for him. And I've spoken about this already in this press conference. Is what do you do in that kind of scenario? Do you kind of just think, well, it's never going to happen for me, or do you work your way back? And he's done remarkably well to get himself back to a position where he scored 19 goals in the Premier League last year, which we all know is a fair feat, and he's got himself back to a big club. So I love that aspect because I know I've got the right kind of mentality. So it was a whole range of things that kind of I was really keen to bring him in. I think it was just sometimes these things are about timing, and I thought it was a good time for him, but also a good time for us to bring in because we have a really young group. And he's one that's proven at Premier League level, and I think he improves us.
And it must be exciting for the rest of the team as well to potentially obviously Son was playing through the middle quite a lot last year. Now you can go and play on the left hand side. It must be exciting for you to unlock that potential.
Yeah, look, I definitely think as much as the injuries at the back cost us last year, and they did cost us. That was mainly because we lost, sort of 3/4 of our back line for a big chunk of the time. I still felt it was up front we were most short, and it's still the area that I think we need to improve the most. And a lot of that was because, Richie, when he played, was outstanding, but he had a lot of injuries last year. So then we had to play sort of, Sonny inside, and, it was Brennan's first year at the club. He's only 22, his first year at a big club, and I still think he did well. Then we had to sign sort of Timo. We lost Perisic and Solomon first or second round, so we were down 2 wingers. So it was, I really felt it was the area we needed to bulk up this off season, and you know, just going to the season with having Dom and Richie there, like 2 real good presence in that striking position. And like I said, allowing Sonny, you know, doesn't mean Sonny can't play through the middle during the year, but I think we look a much better team when he's out wide on the left. So yeah, that's the exciting bit that I think, as I said, we're looking for improvement. Well, we needed to improve in the front third. I think, you know, I think we have with bringing Dom in.
Yeah. Just a couple more on James Maddison, if I may. Just how much of it do you feel is a confidence player that when he's on, he's on? And if you have to sit him down either last season after getting left out of the Euro squad or the start of this season, just to help him get back to those levels?
No, look, I haven't sat down with him, but you know, I don't know what confidence player really means. I think as a player, you've got to be on it all the time, mate. You know, you can't pick and choose. You know, if you're physically fit and you get selected, you should be buzzing. You know, and I don't think, you know, with Matters, he certainly doesn't lack self-belief. He knows he can be a real dominant player, and I just think with Matters, a lot of it last year for us was just the physical element where, you know, when he wasn't 100% fit, then he couldn't really perform at the levels he wanted to. And like I said, even if when he came back from injury, I never felt like he reached those physical levels he had earlier in the year. So that's a real key for him. You know, if he's training really well and kind of in good physical condition, then I think his game flows from that. So, you know, that's what we're trying to do with him. We've tried to give him a really strong pre-season, try and push him in a physical way where I think when he feels good about that, then the rest of it kind of goes from there rather than sort of him lacking any confidence or self-belief.
So how much of a difference do you feel when he's playing well, he makes not just to the squad, and not just in results, but like even the buzz around the squad and even the buzz around Tottenham Stadium when he's playing well?
Yeah, look, you know, that's the reason we signed him. You know, he's an exciting player when the ball's at his feet. He's one of those, you know, creative types, and you know, for most people, that's what rocks their boat. Others love a big tackle and, you know, a great save, but you know, he's definitely a player who can get punters off their seats, and I think the players feed off that as well. So yeah, it's important for us that he's playing at his best. I think he makes us a better team and a more dangerous team, and hopefully that's what we see.